Hey guys, cameraman here, and welcome back to another video. Now, it's going to take another week for the parts to come in for this go-kart. The racing carburetor and the racing exhaust and the new spark plug. And I'm trying to push out as much content as I can for you guys, so I'm really sad that I have to wait this long for these parts. But I got a couple of things to do in today's video to hopefully we can get this thing running. And this brake, I've done a couple of things to it off camera. There's still a couple minor adjustments I got to do to it, but I moved a lot of things around in the gazebo, so now there is enough space for both of the carts, and there's enough space for me to walk around, so it's like my little workshop. I thought that was cool. Yeah, let's get to work. I think what I'm going to start with is this handbrake. So off camera, I moved this thing. It used to be zip tied onto here. You kind of see the zip tie marks. And I moved it to over here. It used to be only held by zip ties, but now it's being held by this door knob or handle. I don't even know what to call this. It's what you put on doors. I put 3 screws so that it's held down. 1 screw through it with a nut so that it's held down. And this is to make it not move, and this is to make it not move either. So it's pretty sturdy. Handbrake works perfectly fine. The cart stops. But a problem that I'm having with this is it will move like this, which means that the screws, the nut and the bolt are not tight enough, and I've tightened them to the max, which means I'm going to have to put in some washers or something like that. So let's get started with it. I'm going to have it so that is like here for me, and I'm going to take out the bolts, put in some washers, and that will hopefully make it so that this thing can be tight. So let's start. It is actually a few hours later from the last clip you just saw. And it's because I had some trouble finding some bolts and nuts because I did not want to run out to the store. So I was searching everywhere, and it is pretty good. This thing is in place and everything. Pretty sturdy. And the brakes work. So I'd say that's a success. The wheels turn and everything, because I have 2 front brakes. And this is my emergency brake. It's on the left tire. So yeah. So when I said the tires could turn, because the brakes are on each tire and it turns fine, not too much pressure. What I'm going to do next is take off this carburetor, open it up, clean it up. That's what I'm gonna have to do next, because this thing is not starting, so I'm gonna have to open up the carburetor to see what's in it. But I'm gonna clean up my mess first, have some lunch, and then start doing this carburetor take off and clean it. So okay, so I'm back after eating lunch. So I'm gonna take off the air box, which is these 2 10mm nuts, which should be easy. But actually, I went to my shed and brought this in, this work table type of thing. So I'll be putting the carburetor on here, opening it up and stuff, and hopefully putting my toolboxes on here. But this is starting to come out good. This is like my little workspace now. But let's get to this. Alright, so from looking at the carburetor without taking it off, nothing looks damaged or anything. Everything looks to be fine. Choke is engaging, throttle springs and everything look fine. Alright, so it looks like I'm gonna have to take it off now. Alright, so as you saw from that clip, I took it off. just have the air box holding in this because there's no fuel switch cut off. But it's not wet or anything inside of the engine, so that's already a good sign. So anyways, to take off the jets, if you don't know how to, I'm going to teach you right now, because why not? So you're going to need some type of towel of some sort, but you are going, so it's probably going to drip out, no? You're going to need a 10 millimeter, which I do have right over here. Just connect to your socket. You could use a wrench, it doesn't matter. But anyways, what you're going to want to do is loosen this, which it shouldn't be this tight. Okay. Got it loose. So, it's actually, this is the hardest part, taking off the carburetor, because all the gas and stuff. Doesn't look too bad in there. Okay. So, this yellow piece in here is the jet, and you're going to need a flathead screwdriver to get it out. All you do is you match the screwdriver with the jet. Basically, when you have it loose, there it is. It'll come out, and that's your first jet. Your second jet is a bigger one, and it's this. So these are your two jets right here. Now, what you could do is upgrade this jet or this jet to make you have more gas for more bang, so you go faster. But I'm just gonna check these real quick. You could check by putting them in the light to see if there's anything blocking them. This one is clear. Check this one. This one is also really clear. Okay, so our jets are not bad. Okay, so they're fine, which kind of doesn't make any sense since this carburetor will not. Now remember, it could not be the carburetor. It could be the spark plug, which we'll be taking out next. I don't have any carb cleaner, but this carburetor looks pretty clean. There's something wrong with it though. It'll always leak out gas no matter how tight I have the bolt. That's why it was so hard for me to open it. Everything engages and everything. Okay, looks like a pretty clean carburetor. So to put it in is the same way you took it out. This one came out last. This one will go in first. Then this one will go in. Like this. Just slide it in. And then you use your flathead and tighten it in. Now remember, it doesn't need to be so tight, but it needs to be tight enough for it not to come out. And you sometimes need to use different flathead sizes. Bigger and smaller sometimes, because these carburetors make no sense. But I'm going to tighten this back up, put it all together, and then we'll take out the spark plug. Now we're going to put on the fault bowl, which is pretty clean also. Make sure everything's intact together. And you know how it goes. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So we're obviously going to go righty-tighty for this. Okay, and your carburetor is back together. You're going to put it on the same way you took it off. Put it on the bars that you slide it through. Hook up the gas line. Put on the throttle springs. And put on the air box. So let's do this. Okay, now I'm just going to take out this spark plug, which should be easy, so. Alright, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing wasn't all black, because this thing has been running really rich. But anyways, guys, let's see what this catastrophe looks like. Wow, not bad. Doesn't make any sense. The camera will focus. Make sure it can focus. This spark plug is not bad. Oh, but the top was loose. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to throw in a different one. I know it kind of looks the same, but this one's got a tight top. I'm going to make sure it's making spark and then put it in. Oh yeah, that's making spark. Alrighty guys, so the spark plug is in. I'm sorry for the noise, it's pouring right now. But it's a good thing I got this gazebo holding up all the rain. But one more thing I want to do before we try starting this thing is checking how the valves look. I just want to see what they look like, so we're going to see what they're going to look like. The valves should actually be fine, I don't know. But I just want to check just in case, just to see if anything's going on. Okay. And she is out. Okay, so that one's not bad. This one's tight. Okay, the valves are good. Got good valves. Alrighty guys, if we do get this thing to run, I'd really like to drive it. So what I'm going to do is wait for the rain to stop, which could either be later today or it could be tomorrow. All I know is I really checked everything I could. The oil's good and the gas is good. So the spark is good. So I don't know. I thought it was probably a kill switch malfunction with this whole redneck stuff. But I rerouted everything and it still didn't work. So, and gave it new wires. So, I guess we're just gonna have to see what happens. So, yeah, I'm really excited. So, let's see what happens. Alrighty, guys, so it is actually the next day. As you can see, I got the cart out. And I'm not really gonna do much talking anymore. I'm just gonna try to start it. Just make sure everything works. Throttle is returning and brakes are good. So, we're going to try that. And the chain looks pretty straight. So, I mean, it got a little slack on it, but not too much. And nothing, in the future, nothing a chain tensioner can't do. So maybe in the future, I can make this thing its own chain tensioner. I saw M.E.X. Go check him out, M.E.X. He made a chain tensioner for his 750cc NASCAR, and it looked kind of cool. So once his chain gets too loose, I'll make a chain tensioner for it. But anyways, let's try starting this thing. Let's see what happens. Well, guys, I was hearing a weird noise. It was kind of like a laughing noise. It was like, is it the torque converter? So I pulled the pull starter one more time, and this happened. The pull starter messed up. This is crazy. This is literally my 4th pull starter I've gone through. Like, literally. My 4th pull starter. I don't really want to open it up, but I might as well open it up and see what it looks like inside. Alright, now with the pull starter, I gotta be careful because once I loosen it, this thing could whip back and return. I don't know what is going on with this thing. The pull starter, I can't believe that it's, and this screw's not loosening. What is going on? I think this is the 4th pull starter I've gone through with this engine. And this pull starter was a really heavy duty one. Like, when I bought it, I made sure it said heavy duty. I'm gonna take this off, lube it up, and see what happens. So. I'm gonna put my gloves on because this might snap. I don't know. Alright, let's take it to the workbench. Okay. Just gonna return it. And then start lubing this thing up. Alrighty guys, well, this whole piece just came off. As you can see, it came off. And I don't really know how to put one of these back together, so something else has to break, of course. So, looks like I have to buy a new pull starter. Once again, this is going to be my 5th one. I don't know what's going on with this whole pull starter. I don't know. Alrighty guys, well, when I was off camera trying to start this thing, I pull started it and it finally started, then it died and I pull started it once again, and then the cord blew. I don't know, it's just something with the compression or the return of this engine. This thing has a lot of compression, so when you pull it, it'll sometimes tug back. So, oh my god. Alright, well, there's really nothing I can do about this right now. So, I think I would, if I had the drill piece, I'd put it in there and try to start it with my drill. But I don't really want to break my wrist or anything today, so. Alright, I'm for sure this time that probably next video will be the new carburetor and exhaust and spark plug. Or I could probably buy, I'm going to buy the pole starter, but that could come in soon and we can make a video of putting on the pole starter to hopefully try to start this thing. Oh my god. Bro, I worked so hard to get this thing to run and it finally sounded like it was going to run and the pole starter went. My god. Well, I tried my best, guys. I really appreciate y'all coming here. I hope the jets, teaching you how to take out the jets, will help you if your go-kart does not start. And the handbrake and everything has stayed together. So that's a plus. Because we got like a lot of wind last night. But, yeah, I'm going to be ending it off here on another sad note. We were not able to drive the drag cart. But hopefully in a future video we'll be able to drive this thing. Because I really need to see the chain fall off. It probably won't because it's pretty aligned now. But I'm going to be ending it off here. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, tell your friends about the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.